What is up guys, Kane here, and this video is going to be a little update. So as you can see, I have not done anything in this game. I have been absent for about a week and a half, and majority of the beginning of that was because I had a very bad internet and it took me like 2 hours plus just to do some dailies in this game. And after the internet got fixed, I became quite busy, and some of those days I had to wake up like 8 9 a.m. and then I would get back home at like 10 11 p.m. and then I would realize, oh crap, I have not done anything in Era of Chaos. And because I have not done anything in Era of Chaos, that kind of meant that I had to spend an hour or something just to do all the dailies that I have left, or have to do all the dailies that I still needed to do. And at like 10 11 p.m., when you just want to rest and relax, to turn something that barely gave you entertainment is not something that was pretty good in my eyes. I tried to do it once, I ended up passing out. The next couple of days I also was pretty busy, similar things, maybe woke up earlier, maybe later, but still I got back home very very late and I still needed to do all of this as well. And then I just realized that like I'm not even being entertained while playing this game. Like I'm not getting anything to make proper upgrades. I'm not getting anything that would be worthwhile or even, make me feel good about doing anything. Like majority of the rewards you get are so minimal, you even have to wait for days, weeks, months just to get something. Now I know the previous time I quit majority just because of the community and like how everything portrayed out. This time I'm quitting just because of the gameplay and how the game is. So in general, yes, a lot of games are different. I'm not comparing this game to majority of others, but I'm just gonna compare the way the events and let's say things are. So because this game is from Chinese, and as many people are going to argue, this is exact same game as the Chinese. Now, if they add like a simple thing like an additional emblem or add 2 units in here, right? In the grand scheme of things, that is literally nothing. This is still the same game. They're going to give you same events, they're going to give you same updates with just a little bit tweaks and all that kind of stuff. And because we can see what the game is in the China and uh, Chinese player base, it's not going to change. It's going to remain the same, and they're going to add more events and they're going to add more chores for you to do inside of the game. So, as the time goes on, you will have more and more and more things to do, taking up more and more of your time for barely anything that you will be upgrading. So, essentially, we can deem it simple as like campaign, right? Majority of the time you get fuck all unless you get lucky. You're farming like these materials for majority of the time, which essentially just gives you um in the grand scheme of things either 5 shards or like 10 shards per day, or like a couple of heaven cast stones or whatever. And that is almost nothing again in the grand scheme of things. Like you don't get proper stuff, and yeah, eventually you get some sort of luck. Maybe you get some diamonds and whatever, but it still takes, depending on what level you are and what privilege you have, it can take like either 1 minute or it can take like friggin' 5 to 10 minutes or whatever. So somewhere there is a difference, and like adding majority of the things in this game like guild, like endless inferno, all that kind of stuff, or like even trial of angels, eventually you have to try for quite a bit, and the rewards are so minimal, it's not even fun to do that. comparing to a lot of other games where you can even make multiple formations or reset and redo a formation. In this game, if you spend materials on one unit, you cannot reset it, and depending how far in the game you are, not talking about this account in particular, depending how far you are in the game, you require like months, maybe weeks, maybe even a couple of months to farm proper materials to make a unit useful. So if you're playing the game for 1 year, just getting a new unit is not going to cut it. So you would need like 50 to 100,000 diamonds. Then you would need like a friggin' couple of months just farming Trial of Angels just for one talent potion type. Then you would need to make sure you have enough like troop equipment. Where is it? Yeah, like these equipments up until the point where you can use it, and then you're going to need like a million other things like skill stones, like gold, like experience. Gold you're going to need in like tens of millions, maybe even 100 million to get to like 110 or something. So majority of the time you are only able to get like a couple of million per day or whatever. So the thing is, like, this game just becomes an insane grind the further it goes, and the grind just gets worse and worse, and you get less and less. And even if they add another or two events, like, they're not going to give you that much for to be useful. And the simplest of like examples would be events, right? So they had 2.5 years, maybe 2 years now. Um, and they haven't added like almost any new events, and those events are non-existent. And by events I mean like in-game events, like something that you would get some stuff from, right? So people would be like, yeah, we got this, so yeah, you're like lying or whatever. And the only thing I can say, like, dude, this event was in this game friggin' 5 times already. Sure, they have changed the rewards or whatever, but I am sure they can add like a multiple of different events that they could essentially like uh, present to the players, right? So we have a friggin' dragon invasion. Just change the dragon, change how overall it looks, like have other formations being able to participate, and there you have like a friggin' event which you can give to players, and they can earn some proper rewards, like even the friggin' rewards that are shown here, right? Like they can do a lot of different things, a lot of different types of games, and it's not going to change. Like this game is only going to give you like multiples of this, which they already have done tens of times. Even like the Healing Sea event, which a lot of people liked, they did not even change the theme that they have used 1 year ago. Like, as much as I kind of like the discounts, all that kind of stuff, I kind of despise the fact that they have not done anything and have not changed anything. So that kind of explains to me where this game is going. Even though they are earning a lot of money, they're not putting effort or any time in having players like have fun in events, players to have fun like winning stuff from events, right? So you had bingo as well. That game was like twice in this in our global servers, like 3 times maybe. They have not added anything new apart from anniversary events. Do you think I want to wait 1 year to friggin' have a new anniversary event? I mean, like, as desperate as I can be for in game content, I don't want to play a game for a year to actually have a new event where I can earn some materials. I mean, eventually, if this game is going to change and change the way it is, that what I would call this game is basically pay to play, right? So some games, yes, you can play as free to play. Some games you need to pay. In this game, a lot of things are pay locked, a lot of things, events are pay locked, and if you don't have money, you're not going to have fun in this game. Other than that, I am not going to quit my YouTube channel, but instead I will just be making videos of Art of Conquest, as well as another game that I have found, which is also pretty goddamn interesting. Even though it has very little downloads, that game is also quite insane. The thing is, quite a lot of these games that I play, they're very rewarding just to play. Even if you play for like a year, you can still get a lot of stuff almost on a weekly or bi weekly basis and upgrade to the point that you are actually making progress. So, for example, today they released a new event. I got all of these rewards for free, spending literally zero money, and I increased in 50,000 core power. Now, in the next couple of days, I will be getting level 7, 8, and 9 tier boxes in here, and they are even more rewards than the past 6 tiers that I have received, and I do mean a lot more. And I will get about 50,000 more or maybe more core power. Now, as you can see, this is 7.1 million core power or almost in a span of like 9 months in the game. And getting like 100,000 from one event, it's quite a big boost. Like there is nothing else to say that or to that. And then you have like a lot of rewards such as this. They give you like boxes of materials that you can choose instead of just giving you like a random thing that you would not require. So I pretty much like this, as well as you have a lot of events like Elite Trials, which gives you also a lot of materials, but in this case, it's not a select box, but a decent amount of predefined materials. As well as you have events like Kingdom Guardian, which give you even bigger, insane amounts of materials. You have Nine Fire Monster, even basic events like Heaven Gift, Victory Road, like even Draconic Advent. There's so much free stuff that you don't require to pay for to get so much upgrade going that it's insane. Like I'm playing games where I can have a variety. And in this game, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't understand how this goes. So for example, I can upgrade one army, such as, let's say, this frontline unit, right? So if I am bored or I want to test something else, I can easily go on to the. Give me a second, my screen is a bit lagging. So I can go on to their recruitment building and then I can change the way they are. So here you see their one type, here you see their another type. These ones are damage based and these ones are survival based. So if that is not enough for you to change or play with, you literally can change the research from this guy up to, let's say, this guy, and then you can use this as frontline. It's not advised, believe me, it's not advised. But if you change race from Rakan to human to Sylvania or whatever, you will have to switch your research to another unit and upgrade that unit's building and all that kind of stuff. So, in such a case, switching research is advised to others, but at the moment for Rakan, it's what you see here, it has to stay like this. So you can have a lot of variety. You can try other races. Like recently they changed so you can even swap like hero researches, which means you can like have so much variety in this game is insane. Like you have heroes, right? You've spent like points or whatever in here. You've spent a lot of experience just to level them up. You can reset them all, get literally everything. Look at how much ability points I can get back. The same for like experience. Like it's insane. Like you can reset everything. So aside from that, like I want to have my channel bring entertainment or bring variety or bring other games into the mix instead of playing a game which I have lost the entertainment from or fun from or enjoyment from or whatever. Like I don't really enjoy that game, and essentially I don't want to force myself to play something I don't like. So essentially, if any of you guys have any good games for me to try out, I can try out and see how it is, perhaps make a couple of videos, perhaps make my reviews of them, perhaps even make quite a few reviews of the games that I play in terms of mobile gaming and stuff like that. Considering the fact that I play those games differently than majority of the people, like even Art of Conquest. I'm playing games to the point that I can reach such levels that majority of other people cannot reach, that even like Era of Chaos I managed to reach so much power and so much efficiency that a lot of other players were insanely surprised that I had spent no money. And they didn't even understand where my power came from or how I was able to reach like specific levels, stages, and all that kind of stuff. So it really depends on the games. It really depends how much time I have, but essentially, I want to try out quite a few games. Anyways, this video was probably a huge rant, but usually happens when you make channel updates and another game you're trying to remove from your list. Again, pretty sorry guys for those of you who expected me with Era of Chaos content, but thanks for watching guys and stay safe out there.